Going to start the day off with a quick spit round of where I was last night. Portland over there, the little white line coming down there is Lulworth Cove. Just behind that, the Durdle Door. Spinning back inland, and the views are nice, is West Lulworth. Last little spin round the hill, we go to Lulworth Range. Morning, Jay here from I Wonder UK, day 52 of the southwest coast of Bath. Yesterday I got to Lulworth Cove. Had a bit of a kerfuffle, couldn't work out to get round the cove. Apparently you can walk around the beach, but I couldn't see any stairs up or anything. So I had to come back out of the village along the main road, and then I think it's the first road. I think it's a cul-de-sac tuck on there, and then up the footpath. There's some confusion about whether the range at Lulworth is open or not, but I spoke to a local last night about 8 o'clock as I was setting my tent up, and he said no, it's open all week, so that's good news. Otherwise I've had to get a bus or walk around to Kimbridge, I think. The walk here is 20 miles to Swanage, just over 20 miles to Swanage, which I knew I wouldn't be able to do right from the beginning, so I've cut that in half. So I'll go about a 10 or 11 mile walk today. I think I'm aiming for Windspit is what I want to say. Yeah, Windspit. But basically halfway between here and Swanage, just because I knew the mileage would be too far. It's still early in the morning, even though the sun's bright, but the air's really cold, and especially up here. Just behind me you can see that's the path that runs down to Lulworth Cove, the block paving path I was talking about in the previous video. And over here is West Lulworth, but we're not going that way. That's where we were yesterday. Oh, you can see Portland as well, just there. I'm going that way. As you can probably tell, I'm at the entrance, the top entrance to Lulworth Range, and it's on a bit of a slope. I managed to find a pretty level bit and slept alright, so it couldn't have been too bad. But yeah, it goes off everywhere you look. It's on the slope. And up here the chalk is really compacted. It was really hard to get the pegs in last night. I had to resort to clouting a couple of them in with a stone, which is, not great, but I have got spares. I go on that bushcraft or survival type tactic. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I've got spare pegs and have had the whole journey. A lot of the time, even if I've got spare pegs, if it's been really windy, I've been double pegging. I'll explain what that is another time. It's just a term that I use for pitching my tent up, nothing else. Nothing fruity. As you can see, I'm nearly packed up because it's dry. It is very sunny, but the air is cold. I've got my wind cheater on at the moment, pulled up the thing, but I'm taking advantage of the fact that there's no dew on the ground and letting the sun and the wind dry up my footprint. Nearly said ground sheet then, I can't stop calling it ground sheet. But literally a couple of minutes and that's drying right out now. So I can pack it away dry, which would be lovely. You can literally see for miles up here. At the end of the white chalk road there, if you just extend that out, that's Weymouth, where I was yesterday morning. It's not clear yet. The sun is trying to break it through, but it's still cold. The air's cold, as you can probably tell as I'm coming round. The wind noise gets a little bit more. It's not windy as such, it's just breezy. Just noticed as I turn the camera on, good hairstyle. You can tell the wind's coming from that way, from that direction. I don't want to be a whiner, but my knee is just not reset, so I'm finding myself taking a step and clunking my right foot down because my right knee is painful every time. views from up here are not too shabby. Unfortunately the headlands are the grey blobs today because the sun's behind them at the moment, but it's still a little bit hazy. Maybe it'll clear later, we'll see. This is where we're going next, down these steps, up the next slope, and then onto that lump in the distance. This is Mute Rocks, looking over Mute Bay. Quite stunning. I'm not sure if that's showing a good perspective, but I've just come down that. That's quite scary because that looks steeper from here than it did up there. It's, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if you can get the perspective of it, but it's steep coming down. It makes your knees throb, and my knees were already throbbing, but there's some steps on it, but some of them are okay, some of them are not so good, but that is steep. Put the ascents to one side for a moment. It's the second day running that I've come down a descent, sorry. And when I've got to the bottom, I've looked back and thought, oh my word, so much could have gone wrong with that. I punted a twig or a stone there, it was sticking out the ground maybe half an inch, and it shot my leg and I had to stamp it down in front of me. With the rucksack on, there's no stopping. If I'd gone over, I'd have come all the way down. That should be a slide, not a walk down path. After that gnarly descent, I've just climbed up the lump in front of it. Lots of tanks and stuff around it, by the way. And I walked just to the brow of the hill and thought, no. But I think we contour around it because that's huge. I was wrong, we're going up and over it. But it's dry and it's green grass. All grass is green, isn't it? Idiot. At least it's not the stony bits, it's killing the bottom of my feet. So, well, just have to go for it. Well worth the climb. The view from Rings Hill is, yeah. There'd be a great spot to wild camp. It's pretty level, you'd find somewhere big enough to be able to lay down on. But as long as it wasn't too windy, obviously. Well, yeah. But wake up to that view in the morning. They've got these little dips, like it's like a trough running around the side of the hill, basically. It's the top of the hill. I've just come up another 100 metres or so. Hold on, yeah. So there's plenty of places where you can get, I would say, almost anywhere the wind's coming. Like I said, the view is just and this bit at the very top is practically a campground. You can't find a flat piece on here tucked away, and if it really started hitting with the weather, you could always just duck down into this dip. Crazy good. I wish this wasn't so far away from where I lived. I'd definitely come up here. From the top of the Iron Age fort, I need to drop down to the corner of Warbarrow Cove and then climb back up again, follow along Gad Cliff, which looks good. Coming down this slope, I've just accidentally knocked a stone, perhaps half the size of a fist, not even that big, and that raced me down the hill. Watched most of it, but I think it got at least 3/4 of the way. By the time I've done about 4 or 5 steps, I don't want that to happen to me. So you do need to concentrate. Fortunately enough, this bottom part's got like I don't know, man-made steps, I would call them. You know, where obviously lots of people have done it before, and they're quite level as well. So when you tread on them, you don't feel you're falling forward. The bottom of Warborough Cove where those boats were. Just a quick look back. We came down that one. We came down there, centre of screen now, along the top of there to the Iron-Age fort, and then just dropped back down there. I just said on the previous one, we're nearly at the bottom of Warborough Cove where the boats are in there. You can just see them now. Going back up and walking along Gad Cliff. Take a look at this. This is Warborough Cove. I'm at the bottom now, obviously. Been up and down and over all of those this morning. Countryside inland's nice as well. Gorse, just fields. If you look closely, I think you can see someone coming down. I'll try and zoom in a bit. Coming down the first bit wearing white. That's 3 times. 5 times, 6 times zoom, 7. Just coming down there now. The path hooks round the beach for a little while, and then it starts going up the hill, and then it divides again. And we've got a sharp turning right, because we're going up to Kimmeridge, not into Tyneham. So we're going up that way. There's a couple of little flat spots at the bottom here with some picnic tables where these blokes are now. If you arrived late, obviously, and there wasn't many people about, but yeah, for a beach view in the morning. Added benefit, there's another cove on the other side. Not sure if that's chalk making the water do that, turn a bit white, but look at the colour of that water. It's see-through. Leaving Warborough behind and looking at the views ahead of us. That's what we've got to come. The walk along Gad Cliff, although you can't see the sea, you get fleeting glimpses of it occasionally, just feel like the breaks are where the cliff doesn't go so far, but this ridge interests me. I need to do a mental note for myself, find out what that ridge is and see if you can walk all the way along it back to the top of there, to the Iron Age fort. I don't want to over-egg this, but to put that view into words, I just can't. It probably doesn't do it justice on this camera, or any camera, but to be here, gentle wind in your hair, sun on my face, and seeing that, it's just, I don't know, I'm going to chuck in a Staggering. Stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Literally just bumped into a dude walking the other way. I knew I was going to like him straight away. He's carrying his sandals and walking barefoot on the grass verge to one side of me. And he said, walk the southwest coastal path. And I went, yeah. And he went, respect. Nearly there now. Recommended a good pub and said, you deserve a treat. It's a mile inland diversion. But yeah, I may consider it. And then offered me his telephone number. He said, once you get to Swanage, give me a ring and I'll take you to the train station. Oh, keep the faith. What a dude. It's lovely to meet nice human beings. And I am as well. If you ever need any help, ask. Honest. No, really, honest. If you ever need anything, ask. I'll try. Still walking along Gad Cliffs towards that in front of us is Tyneham Cap, T-Y-N-E, Tyneham Cap, yeah, Tyneham Cap. It's alright, I've lost my brain for a second there. I'm struggling because I'm finding it hard to leave that view behind me. It's just incredible. I can't capture it on video or a picture. You just have to do it. If you do this walk, make 100% sure that Lulworth Range is open, because yesterday it was looking like it was closed to me, and I'm so glad it's open. This walk is staggering, absolutely staggering. I don't mean there's several, but this is definitely in the top 3 walks. Yes, there's ups and downs and there's a bit of a challenge. I think that's part of what makes it, but do not miss out this walk. I'm seriously considering, no, not seriously considering, I'd like to come back here and wild camp halfway through it, because it's just so bloody amazing. Literally a couple of minutes after I've just done that last bit, and this is the view that's opening up for me now. Crazy good. But it's beautiful on the inside as well. Just need to sort out this dodgy knee and my poor old boots that are worn that thin I can feel every little lump. Fortunately I'm walking on grass at the moment. When it turns to stone, I could literally describe to you the shape of the stone. But they're going to make it, and so am I. Come on! Just having a little look along Broad Bench. The light catching it won't show up on this, but water and that cliff is just, yeah. Yes, that is Portland. Looking down into Kimbridge Bay, Kimbridge Bay. But we're hooking a right at the end of this fence and going down that way, closer to the sea. I did not swim the sea today because it's been staggering. And then they're going in that way. Looking back along Gad Cliffs, which we just walked over. Make up for all the hard work you've been doing so far, the ascents and descents. The drop down into Kimbridge Bay is all like this pasture land, just on a gentle downhill slope. Enough to make your legs move that little bit faster, but not enough to make your knees bust out. Down into the sea, you can see clear ridges of lighter rock going out diagonally. After as you come down off Kimmeridge Ridges, this is what you've got to look ahead. But to be honest with you, I think I'll probably be leaving this till tomorrow, or most of it. My knees give me a jib and my back's really stretched out, so I might call it the best part of Valham and try and camp up for the night, even though it's really early. Look back along Kimmeridge Ridges, maybe, or Kimmeridge Cliffs, one or the other. You can see how dark these cliffs are. You see in the distance the white cliffs we were looking at and came over this morning. Had an early stack today, so I've got the tent up while it's still sunny, so I'm just sitting out doing my admin and stuff. I'm so grateful and so very, very happy that Lulworth Range was open, because it's a magnificent walk through it. It just gets better and better as you go through. All the way to Kimmeridge is just fantastic. I can't fault it. I'd love to go back there, have more time and wild camp at the top of the fort of one of the hills, which I can't recall right now. But whatever you do, if you're doing this walk, please make 100% sure that Lulworth Range is open, because you'll miss it if you don't do it.